Welcome back to the Little Record Show. If you just discussed a little bit of the draft and a little bit of the NCAA tournament, not at length, but Duke Blue Devils and UConn women winning the national title. Uh, went over briefly over the NFL draft. We'll do maybe more a complete one next week sometime. But here we're gonna go. We're going first off. I want to congratulate Coach Stephan on the Millersburg girls repeating as league champion as they beat Susquehanna Thursday. They went undefeated in their meet, so congratulate. That's a mighty job well done. And they'll move on to the league meet, and in 2 weeks is the district meet. Man, the spring is flying. So we'll do softball here. The latest power rankings for District 3. We'll start in Class A. Millersburg, number 1. Greenwood, number 2. Halifax is 3rd. Columbia is 4th. And they only take the top 4. So that's who I have. 5th place is they're not even getting in. They only have 2 wins. So Millersburg has a 4-game cushion in the win column, 2 in the loss column over Greenwood, and they play next week. And they'll probably face off again when the league playoffs start in a couple weeks as well. Millersburg 16-1. That lone loss, that was a couple weeks ago, and the schedule makers did Millersburg no favor. You had 6 games in 5 days that week. That was the week of the Halifax softball tournament. And to wear out Marlo Rocap at that stretch, it was a smart move by Kevin Rocap to rest her for the Williams Valley game. Coming off pitching the night before, and then they have a break, and then they had 3 or 4 games in the 2-day span. You just at that point of the season, it was still early. You do not want to waste her arm, and therefore in the playoffs she'd have nothing. When Millersburg is set up to make a serious run at a state championship in Class A, they have the makings to do it. And it was smart, yes. Would you want Marlo pitching against Williams Valley, who is also right now 17-1? They are right behind Tri-Valley in the District 11 power rating. And you could meet up again, probably in the Eastern Final. And you'll have Marlo then. I would rather have Marlo then in this Eastern Final possibility, with a potential in the Eastern Final, rather than at that point of the season. So that was smart. The players may not understand it, but that was pretty smart at that time with this, how the schedule. To go undefeated, you have to have some luck. And that week, Millersburg had the luck just didn't fall right. So it's what it is. 16-1 right now. That's the best record in Millersburg softball history, I believe. So they're doing an outstanding job. The freshmen are helping. McKenna Border, and Lindsay Kasner. Armour, Schomper, Taryn Herb. They're getting, everybody's contributing. They're doing a real nice job. So nothing. Keep going. You got a shot to really do something special. So don't let off the gas. Double A, for a note, they're taking 10, and right now Susquehanna is number 1 in Double A. They're 15-3. Brandywine Heights, who's a softball powerhouse, they're right behind. They're a game behind Susquehanna. They're 2nd, and Upper Dauphin is 9th. They're 6-9. Fairfield 10. So right now Upper Dauphin is safe, and that looks like a tough draw, as the top 8 or 500 or better. So that's a tough draw there. As I said previously, District 11, Class A, Tri-Valley is number 1 at 15-1, and their lone loss is to Halifax in the Halifax tournament. And behind Tri-Valley in second is Williams Valley, so them two are battling out for 1-2 in District 11A. And in Double A, Pine Grove, everybody knows about, they're 5th right now. Baseball, as of right now, as of Monday, they haven't updated the thing. They'll probably update it again over the weekend. Same with softball. Millersburg is number one. You got the top 4 teams in Class A right now in the power rating are Tri-Valley League teams. Millersburg, Lancaster Country Day, Newport, and Halifax. Those are your top 4. District 11 Class A, you have Tri-Valley 3rd, Williams Valley 7, but they probably take 500, so Williams Valley is on the outside looking in right now. Double A, you have Upper Dauphin sitting at 10, Ole Valley 1, Susquehanna is 2, so you got 2 other Tri-Valley League teams. Upper Dauphin's may be on the bubble, but I think they may be in. They probably got to win 1 or maybe 2 more to definitely say they're in. I don't have any District 4 information. They don't put their rankings out. So, there you have it. That's the latest power rating. AAA and Quad A, they take 16, I believe 16 teams apiece. So, there you have it. Now we're going to talk a little bit of Phillies here quickly. They lost again tonight 4-3 on a walk-off hit. First month is in the book. And the strength of the Phillies right now is pitching. Their starters, except for Buchanan, have kept them in ball games, have done their job, and the bullpen's been phenomenal. The weakness of the Phillies right now, they do not have a 3 or a 4 hitter, despite Utley hitting a 3-run homer tonight. Howard's he's been hot this week. Utley is batting under 130. Howard's approach is getting he's high one. He's like 175 or 180s, or maybe even 200 because he had a hot week this week. That's their weakness right now of the Phillies. The middle of the lineup, 3, 4, 5. They just don't have a solid right there. Galvis has been a surprise. He's hitting 350, 345. Asdrubal Herrera has been getting on base. Ash started out hot. He's tailed off. Those are your pleasant surprises offensively. Revere's starting to crank up again. He has bad April. Throughout his career has had bad Aprils. So starting now, he should be getting hot and getting on base. So their top 2 guys have been getting on base. The 3, 4, and 5 just haven't hit. They haven't produced. And that's in the previous years, 2007, 8, 9, 10. The 3, 4, and 5 have carried the Phillies. Even Chooch, he would step up in the 6th spot and give you that big hit. They're just not getting anything right now from the middle of the order. That's the weakness right now of the Phillies. Hamels has pitched well. Yeah, he's 1-2. He's pitched really well. Buchanan hasn't won yet. Jerome Williams has been a pleasant surprise. He came in and did a nice job. He's doing a nice job again. Papelbon, 100 miles. Giles has done what the bullpen's strong, and it's a shame that these guys. It's their strong part of the team. Because if they had any kind of offense, Phillies would be a legit World Series contender. But their offense is bad. The 3, 4, and 5 is flat out terrible. And excuse me, and if you don't have a consistent production from the 3, 4, and 5 spot, you're not going to win baseball games. You could have the greatest pitching staff in the history of baseball. If you don't have that offensive production from the middle of the lineup, you can forget it. So, So there's my Phillies take. The Nationals are not very good. I believe they lost again tonight, 1-0. And they won two. They won a couple in a row prior to that. So they're battling, and right now they are the biggest disappointment in baseball. Many people had them picked to win the World Series. Uh, ain't happening. The surprise team right now in baseball is the New York Mets for how well they've been playing. I did not expect that, and I think with Matt Harvey back, that's just lifted that whole team. And you got to give them credit. I hate to say it about any New York team, but they're pretty good and they swept the Phillies at Shea Stadium at the beginning of April. So looks like they're in it. The Braves are overrated. The Marlins got some talent. I'm not sure. I think right now the Mets are the best team, and the Nationals are a flop as of right now, and that's just my opinion, just from watching. They're in the next segment here. I got an editorial I'm going to do about what's been happening in Baltimore, and I also have a little rant on what I saw here at the beginning of the week. They already put a line out for week 1 of the NFL season, so we're going to do that the last segment here. But the Orioles are not off, but the Yankees are a little bit of a surprise. A-Rod hit his 660th homer tonight against the Red Sox. They're a little bit of a surprise. Detroit's playing pretty well, and the West is up for grabs in the American League. Hard to say who the best team in baseball looks like, though. The Mets and Tigers right now, it's hard to say. Still early yet. So when we come back, we'll do a final segment. I miss the taste of the sweet life. I miss the conversation. Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down each other. So we're going to do one more segment. It's going to be 2 opinions. First on the NFL coming out with a line for week 1 in the Baltimore situation. This is the Lowell Rickert Show on the Lowell Rickert Network. We'll be back in a couple minutes.